Hello friends, this is Durga again from ITversity, one stop shop to learn all the technologies. So far we have covered almost everything that is required to compute average revenue on daily basis. As part of this video, after the data is sorted, we will see how to write the output to the file system. The way um, the the way Spark Context supports you to read data from different file systems of different files of different file types. Even the RDDs facilitate you to write the output to different file systems into different file formats also. So the almost all the file systems are supported. You can write it to a local file system, you can write it to HDFS file system, you can write it to S3 file system, which is AWS S3, and many more. It supports all the standard file systems. Okay, only thing is you need to understand how to define the string to give the path of the underlying file system. For example, S3 requires credentials, and then you have to give the path. For HDFS, you have to just give HDFS : name node IP address and port number if it is not integrated with HDFS as default. If HDFS is default, you don't need to even specify the name node URL as part of your file path. For local file system, you have to use file : to write it to the local file system. If it is integrated with local file system by default, you don't even need to specify file : It all depends upon how you should create that URL to write. The same way we do it for reading on using Spark Context, we have to do it writing using RDD. Only difference is reading happens on Spark Context and writing happens on RDD. Okay, and then it can be written to any file format. You can save it as a text file, you can save it as sequence file, you can save as any Hadoop formats either by using old API and new API. Okay, so Hadoop supports beyond text file and sequence file. There is key value output file format and few other formats. So you can actually use those Hadoop based formats by using save as Hadoop file and save as new API Hadoop file. You can actually get all the valid function calls by just typing dot in Scala IDE and type save. So these are different types which Scala supports. You can save it as object file. You just have to give the path as string. You can save it as text file. You just need to give the path as string. You can save it in compressed format also. Same save as text file, but if you want to save it in compressed format, you have to pass the compression codec. You can save it as Hadoop dataset, but you have to pass the configuration object here. You can save it as Hadoop file. Save as Hadoop file is for old API. You have to give the path as string and then the key and value type. You can see it here, key class. Sorry, it is very let me do this again. Dot save as Hadoop file. If you hover onto this, it is, yeah, now you can see on the left side it takes path. Don't see on my cursor, see it on the from the left side. There is a green circle and then save as Hadoop file. First parameter is path, second parameter is key class, third parameter is value class, and if you want to compress, it also takes codec class as optional parameter to compress the data. For new API, you have to use save as new API Hadoop file. It also gives similar parameters. Okay, and also you can save a sequence file. All the valid functions to save in different formats can be retrieved by typing just dot save on the RDD. You will get all the valid functions on RDD to save it in different formats. Okay, in this case text file is more appropriate, so I will be saving it as text file. and here I have to give the output path. Okay, so to validate in Scala interpreter, we will create a variable and then give the string of output path, and I want to store the output path under this one, users D. Gadiraju research output average revenue per day. Okay, and close the bracket, sorry, close the string, and now I can copy, paste this code snippet. Okay, now let me see. Yeah, now it is done. I hope the data is copied. Let us see. /users D. Gadiraju research ls-ltr. You can see output average revenue per day. ls-ltr. You can see a file here, and you can see the data. The data is written as tuples over there. Okay, if you want to change, you can change it. Instead of writing as tuple, if you want to write it as comma separated data, again you have to apply the map function and concatenate the strings using the string operations like this. Okay, instead of saving like this, if you want to save it in comma separated, you can apply map function. The record is of type tuple, and output I want to have a string, so I can say rec._1, concatenate operator is plus, and here I want to concatenate using comma, and then rec._2. Okay, so let me delete this directory because you cannot have the same directory which you want to write. So -rs. Okay, now I can copy paste this code, hit enter, and now you can go to output average revenue per day. Okay, and then look into the data set. Now you can see there are no brackets. The data is comma separated. If you want to use some other delimiter, you can use other delimiter also. Okay, there might be APIs also to do that, to directly save as comma separated on top of RDD, but you can use map function also if you want to use if you want to save in the format which is not supported out of the box. So that being said, we have completed the life cycle of our project. We have to compile this program, and we have to ship it to the cluster, and we have to run it to validate that it can run anywhere without any issues. And we will see that as part of next topic altogether. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content. If you like this video, or if you have to provide the feedback, or if you have to give the rating, please do so. If you have to give the rating, please give me the full rating. If you think otherwise, please raise the concern so that I can work on those concerns to improvise on my content as part of my future courses or future videos, whatever it is. That being said, thank you. Bye.